Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. And I am just so excited to be speaking with Stephen Dowd this morning. How you doing, sir?
Fantastic. And yourself?
I'm doing great, man. Do me a favor, hit that marketing thing, which I failed last time. We had to hit it at the end. So let's hit it at the beginning.
That's okay. Although I work for Velocity Mortgage Capital, all the ideas and topics discussed on this channel are that of my own, and let's get it going.
Yeah. So as we talked about in the first episode, I think we've got a 6-month window where just like the perfect storm of cheap debt, more inventory, motivated sellers. It's kind of be this
timing is
soup.
everything.
Yeah,
bro.
it's this soup where you got to get in and got to figure it out. Again, lots of deals won't work. I'm not telling you that deals are everywhere, but if you can find that motivated seller, you can get so creative. So what I wanted to do here is I have a list of things that I believe to be true that I want to go through one by one, just to remind people how powerful a non-QM lender could be versus a traditional bank. You ready to go?
Agreed. Let's do it.
So first and foremost, again, I speak with Matt, the mortgage guys, on Wednesday. He is telling me it is still ridiculously, if not impossible, to get a self-employed borrower approved because of what's gone on the last year.
Numerous windows. You got to jump through a lot of hoops. Things are getting tighter. I mean, with a lot of more overlays and restrictions, I would agree 100%. And then again, even if you can qualify, maybe income-wise, you always hit that limitation of the number of loans you could do. So if you're advancing in your investment journey and you're at that point where you're beyond 10 properties, then that's where I step in. But
again, a self-employed borrower can call you. You're not going to grind them to death on this or that. It's like,
not paperwork. Nope. I mean, no tax return, no pay stub, no W-2.
Say that again. No tax return. Self-employed borrowers probably just lost their mind right now.
Well, some I would imagine, because I mean they're used to the normal grind of personal income documentation, 2 years. You got to be in the business.
Then you got to write a letter explaining the income gap and when you were shut down and all this other nonsense.
Right.
You don't care about that.
No, and you can just start being self-employed yesterday. And in our eyes, you're technically a self-employed borrower because you're a real estate investor. Yeah. So there's no seasoning on how long you've been self-employed, quote unquote.
So no seasoning, none of this 2-year tax return nonsense.
Nope. No 2 years in your line of work, no 2 years in owning the business or what have you. So a lot less restrictions. In addition to that, you can hold title as an entity. I mean, there's all these other benefits that I'm sure we'll talk about.
Yeah. So number 2 is entities, often called LLCs by most real estate investors. I can in theory set up an LLC yesterday, write a contract to purchase in my LLC today, and we can purchase it in the LLC in whatever it takes, 30 or 45 days. No big deal.
Yep.
Yeah, banks don't do that. Banks
they won't lend to an LLC. And in addition to that, I mean, the other benefit is that we don't report the payment history to the credit bureaus, so it doesn't affect your ability to get other financing because it doesn't calculate into the DTI. So yeah, it's a win-win, brother.
Yeah, so that was number 3, credit bureau. And again, just think about if you want to go buy a car or something of that nature, they're going to look it up. These loans won't be reported on the credit report. So
correct.
There you go.
So,
all right. And then we talk about high LTV or CLV.
CLTV, correct.
CLTV. See, I knew there was another one there. CLTV. Yeah. What we're talking about here is you can go up to 80% combined LTV.
Correct.
Or 75% standalone, correct?
Right, correct.
And again, you could buy a fixer-upper, same deal, and you'll escrow repair money.
Correct, 100%. If we're doing distressed property, we actually cover 80% of the purchase price and then 100% rehab. Correct.
People need to hear that again. So I go out and I find a fixer-upper. What could I potentially get with you?
80% of the purchase price and 100% of the rehab.
Yeah. So again, folks, you're not going to get 100%, of your money here, but you have some skin in the game for sure. But they will certainly be that platform for you to get deal after deal after deal. So very cool. So I got more. The last one actually I noted down was stated income. And why is that important?
Well, again, with most self-employed borrowers, you have to use your tax returns to prove your personal income. So in addition to that, with conventional financing, the way they underwrite, they use the net income after your write-offs. And what self-employed borrower or
doesn't write off everything.
Right. So either you pay the bank or you pay Uncle Sam, as they say. So in this case with us, we don't look at that. So it makes it much easier for a self-employed borrower to qualify without those restrictions and limitations.
All right, so let's just hit it one more time. You've just done something that we touched in the first episode. You have lowered the floor, and I'll just say it, down to 3.99. As a non-QM lender, I've been doing this a long time. I've never seen that.
Not on 30-year.
No, 30-year fixed rate money, folks, apartments included.
399. I know, stated income. And technically you can get an interest only option to that 399 on a 30-year fix. I know it just goes on. So now really no excuses unless you really want the hassle of the 75 days, 90 days of whatever finance you're going through, more paperwork. That's fine.
Yeah. If you can get, if you're buying your first through 4, you have a relationship with a bank, go get your bank money. They're relatively easy. They'll be longer, but generally speaking, you'll be okay. You'll get something in the mid to low 3s today.
Yep.
But man, you have any of these things, self-employed entities, high, debt to income. You have any of these things that might be just outside the box of a bank, don't even bother, because they're going to grind you and still end up giving you a no answer. Yeah.
Well, I mean, because you either fit the box or you don't in many cases.
They have a system. They put in the variables and it spits out yes or no.
Right. It's literally just you're plugging in, and it's an automated underwriting system. Whereas I got a person who looks at like other intangibles and compensating factors. Okay, we'll take the risk just due to these compensating factors. Let's keep it moving. Yeah,
that's crazy. So yeah, there should be a lot of people, especially in the next 6 months, reaching out to you, getting prepared. I definitely would tell people to reach out and have a conversation about what they're planning. Because again, you don't do some things, right? The biggest one being owner occupied. You don't do it. You don't play. That's not what you're trying to do. You do have some limitations on states. There are a couple that you don't lend in. Right. Correct. So let's have those conversations. But how do you want people to reach out and start those conversations?
sdao@velocitymortgage.com. So SDAO@velocitymortgage.com.
Very cool. And do yourself a favor, put ORAT in the subject line, ORAAT. That'll get through the whole firewall stuff. He's a financial institution. They get hit with a lot of spam. So.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yes. Thank you for reminding me, because sometimes they'll slip through the cracks and I feel bad. I say, oh, there was
I missed one.
Yes. 2 days ago. Oh, I got to reply back because it got stuck in the firewall. So
yeah, very cool. Yeah. All right, Stephen, this is fun. Again, self-employed entities, credit bureau, CLTV 75, you stated income, 80% of a dump, full escrowed repair money. Amazing stuff. And again, horrible jobs number. So we have some time to put some deals together. It's going to be pretty fun.
Timing is everything. This is the silver lining for right now. If you're looking at things the right way, especially in the real estate market, this is the time to kind of, do the work is really what it comes down to. And if you're going to do the work, you're going to come across some of those opportunities. So this is a perfect time for all that, man.
Very cool. Thanks, buddy.